Hi, welcome everybody at our second webinar. It's me, Maarten.
Stefan.
Good seeing
Nice
you.
to meet you.
1.5 meters distance still, even in Stockholm.
It was a while.
It was a while, yeah. It's been a while.
Yeah.
We've seen each other.
Strange times. Last time we met was at the TECHNIA Innovation Forum.
Exactly.
The first virtual forum. Almost 2,000 spectators or...
Yeah, 2,000.
Yeah.
10,000 downloads on collateral. So it was quite exciting.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was amazing that this worked out really well. And we did there our little introduction about SOLIDWORKS and TECHNIA. So since 1st of February, we are a reseller of SOLIDWORKS products. So we have the full suite of Dassault Systems products now in our organization. So that's exciting times, really exciting times.
And the interest has been quite amazing. So hopefully, and this is the first set of series in this series of webinars. We will start with introducing how we can start with this journey, and in the end, it's all about collaboration, the platform through the experience. But we start simple.
So it's really going to be stepping stones. I think that's what we want to say, and it's going to be cooperation with a lot of colleagues within TECHNIA. So we're going to show you things about the platform. We're going to show you things about why and how to implement. I think it's going to be really good. It's going to be exciting. So keep posted.
So just a retrospective from the other webinar. Please go to our website and check it out. It's still in there. So. I
think you should.
Let's kick on.
Exactly. So before we start about the really key message of today, which is all about efficiency and optimizing licenses, we want to talk a little bit about some trends. And I think we have really three trends we want to talk about. It's collaboration, it's about control, and it's about product development. And the first one is really about collaboration. And I think we have never been collaborating so much as the last 2.5-3 months.
Well, the days are totally full with meetings, and in my eyes, I think you are even more effective now. You don't have the breaks. Okay, you miss the colleagues, of course, and the customers. So hopefully we'll get back. But I think this will change quite a lot our way of working, and also the company's way of working.
Exactly. Virtual collaboration is really now normal, and also working from home. It's I think almost a new norm. You see people cutting down their rents on offices. So it's really getting into the genes and in the habits of people.
And to be able to do that from product development, then you need to have the right tools to do it. So that's why we are here today talking about SOLIDWORKS and on the platform perspective.
Exactly. And I think talking about collaboration, I think the second thing, it's also about boring but controlling things. When you're not sitting together in an office, you need to be able to put things in the right process and be in control over what you're doing.
And you have this with you would like to have more options in your process of suppliers and so on, because you need to have control. When this kind of this COVID situation that we have today is I think that will challenge the ways how you're doing your business. Logistically, purchasing, everything around your products will change quite a lot.
So you need to be flexible, you need to be agile, and making sure that you are but also in control about what you're doing. And I think then the third thing is really about product development. And of course we are really deep into product development solutions, but I think if you see now product development, it was already digitized, of course, from design to engineering to simulation to manufacturing process. Of course, that was already there. But now you really see that the full harmonization the full usage needs to be done of the solutions, because you don't have another choice. You need to go digital.
And also here, there will be changes in the process. You will go directly for the digital prototypes, simulations directly. That was happening before as well, but now it will speed up. Now you can see that it is possible.
And also with all your R&D hubs around the globe. So it's going to be from US to India to Europe. People can work together in a very efficient way, in a digital way. And exciting times.
Exciting times, but strange times. But
Yeah,
say.
let's say that.
Yeah.
But today we really want to focus on and I think the key message today is really about efficiency, optimization. And of course, later on, we'll talk about all the other cool things we have. But I think this is really something that is this on everybody's table, on the CEO's table, to talk about how we can be more efficient.
Actually, to get in most out of the investment, things that you already have as well.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
Good.
So let's jump into that a little bit. I think we put up a little bit of a graph for you. So it's based on 3 blocks. And the first thing we want to talk about is the current state. So if you look at an organization, a global organization, and we took an example for around 100 licenses, easy for calculation, it's all separate. So you see that it's been splitted. So you buy a little bit there and there.
Yeah, and it could be different departments, new companies within the companies, acquisitions, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's quite a normal setup of large SOLIDWORKS installations. And I think one thing here is it requires quite a lot of local expertise to run the different setups and also administration around how to make this. You have to test, you have to take care of purchasing the licenses, all this around.
Yeah, and also it's local usage, so replication of knowledge, etc. We see that it's
standardization, so you can have this follow the sun methodology where you can work together. Then you have to align your way of modeling and way of working as well.
Exactly. So that's really what we see in current state. So I think it will look familiar to the watcher. So what we really want to emphasize on is harmonizing these things. So that's really the second chart. And what we want to say is that you can utilize what you have done already and have bought, and Stefan already mentioned it, but more following the sun principle. So you have a license in California that if you are using it 8-9 hours a day, you can still reuse that license also in another part of the globe.
Yeah, same license. And that means that you can actually have less licenses. And we see between 75-85% less of the licenses needed.
Yeah, it's really cost optimization. So yeah, that's really true. And also the benefit from that, but that's more from a procurement perspective, is you only have one contract. So you have less suppliers, less hassle, and less moving around of things. So we really see that 25% of optimization of cost is really possible. And we've seen it in multiple cases already.
And when you centralize it, then you have the opportunity to monitorize it, control it, and really see what you're actually using. And most of the outcome is that you're not using everything in a good way. Exactly. So that we can help with.
Yeah, and then we're only talking about SOLIDWORKS license because we can look into more things.
Absolutely.
So, if we're monitoring, we can monitor more. So let's also show you a little bit how we do that then, because if you want to start doing this, there's a sort of an engagement process to do this in the right way. And I think the first thing we need to do, and it's the first step, is doing a license assessment. So you want to really see how you use this license and how you move them around the globe.
And what license you have actually, and also what is used or not.
Exactly, exactly. And the second step is that if we have the assessment done, we will analyze it and we will look into what is needed, because it's very interesting to see that maybe some offices have a really overleap or a way too high redundancy on their license, which is not needed.
Especially for expert licenses, where you have maybe something that you're using quite seldom, then this can be shared in a more efficient way. And I think also one trend is that you can also optimize the levels of the packages. So you have the standard, you have the professional, and you have the premium.
Yeah.
And this can also be analyzed and see that it's used in the best way. Maybe all mechanical engineers doesn't have to have the big professional or premium package.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and when we've done this analyze and we've looked into what they need, then I think the third step is boring, but it's the business case. You need to sell it, of course, internally to make sure that this is being done in the right way, and that you have a cost-efficient proposal for the director on the table.
There is an investment in this. You have to centralize the license servers.
Yeah.
We say service because we recommend that you have a good cluster of servers, that you have full coverage for failure. And also, of course, these shared licenses are a little bit more expensive, but you take it back with your better efficiency.
Exactly. And then as a next step, it's really presenting the business case and making sure that you have a really good kickoff of the project to make sure that you are in control and keeping into control of this.
And also testing the infrastructure itself. We set up a POC. We can do that in parallel with the local usage. And we can test so we have the right infrastructure around it, because this has to be functional. It has to be high performance of all this setup.
Totally agree. And of course, I think that's step 5, but this is a continuous step. It's continuous development of doing the right things, because what you want to be in control of is that it stays working and that it works for the whole globe.
Yep.
And what we also mean with continuous development, and we'll touch on that in other webinars, but we can help with so much harmonizing of things, templates, installations, way of working, and etc., etc.
And also support and training around it. It's also needed. So
yeah, it's really crucial.
But this enables this to have a common view within the company, same way of usage.
Yeah, exactly. So this is really an important thing, and we really want to emphasize on the fact that this is really going to help you to cut costs.
Yeah,
and
important these days. Of course.
I think it's always important, but I think this is really number 1, number 2, number 3 at the moment. And that's why we didn't want to only talk about solution directions, but also want to talk about this bit. And I think, firstly, cutting this cost and then also looking into a global partner that can help you with this, but also with optimizing things in the future, that is really important.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it's lower total cost of ownership, global reach, global partner, and optimizing your assets, and later on also your processes. So that's really what we wanted to touch on today.
Yep.
So yeah, we've done a little bit of this now. Second webinar.
And more to come.
More to come.
Yeah. You can go into this webinar and have a look at that later. You don't have to do it now, but it will be on our homepage.
Exactly. Yeah. So go to technia.com/events. You will find them there, and we will also have we already have our next webinars in the pipe, and I think we're going to touch on 2 things, and that's developing the workforce of the future. So we're really excited about a new partnership. We'll tell you later about who we're going to work with. We're going to talk about how to develop your workforce. It's very important today.
Absolutely.
People want to be certified. They want to have just-in-time training, etc. We'll touch on that later. And the second thing we're going to talk about is
model-based engineering. How you move from very old-fashioned CAD-centric or almost 2D thinking up to more model-based. We will explain that a little bit more thoroughly next time.
And I believe in these both webinars we'll have guests as well.
Yeah,
somebody from the US, somebody from Norway, somebody from Holland.
We will see. So let's collaborate with our colleagues.
Exactly. And of course, if you want to talk to us, feel free to reach out to us. The email addresses are there, or go to technia.com/contact, and we'll be more than happy to talk to you and see what we can do. Because we were very open to make these type of calculations for you and but also talk about what you would need, because it's all about creating more value than cost. I think that's what we're trying to achieve here.
Yeah.
So warm welcome.
And thank you for listening to this, and hopefully this will give you some new insights what we can do.
Yeah. And as said, warm welcome to the next webinars, and thank you a lot for today. And greetings from Stockholm.
Greetings, and of course.
Cheers. Bye-bye.